At the film's dawn, we're gently introduced to the weathered charm of Ramona's farmhouse, a place brimming with the echoes of happier times. We see a young Ramona, surrounded by the innocent love of her daughter and son. Then, a flicker on the screen, a home video. This isn't just casual viewing. It's a stab of acute nostalgia and profound loss. The video reveals a farmhouse built with shared dreams, brick by loving brick, a testament to a partnership now tragically severed. Her husband, the anchor of their little world, is gone, snatched away by a cruel accident. The visual of Ramona watching this, perhaps a tear tracing a path down her cheek, is heavy with grief. But the film doesn't stop there. It twists the knife further. The accident didn't just steal her love, it stole a part of her very being, her leg. This physical wound is a constant, agonizing reminder of that devastating day, a symbol of her vulnerability and the life she can no longer fully embrace. The weight of this double blow has crushed Ramona's spirit. We see her struggling, her mental landscape scarred and fractured. The simple act of caring for her children, the very essence of motherhood, feels like an insurmountable task. Their home, once a sanctuary, now reflects her inner turmoil, a place where needs go unmet, where even basic tasks like housework fall to a kind but burdened tailor. This paints a stark picture of their desperation and the silent suffering of her children. Yet, amidst this fragility, a jarring note of frustration and perhaps even anger colors Ramona's interactions. It's a defense mechanism, a brittle shield against the overwhelming pain, but it creates a suffocating atmosphere for those around her. Each morning, a whispered plea escapes Ramona's lips. "Give me strength." It's a raw, desperate cry, a testament to the monumental effort it takes just to face another day. When she emerges from her room, the sight of the tailor's efforts is a bittersweet reminder of her own inadequacy, compounded by the stark reality of their dwindling resources: no food, no power, a home slowly succumbing to neglect. This breeds a gnawing anxiety within her. Then, the unease intensifies. A figure shrouded in black sits ominously in her yard. Fear, cold and sharp, pierces through Ramona's already frayed nerves. Her protective instincts for her children surge, overriding her own terror. She sends them inside, a small act of fierce love in the face of the unknown. Her attempt to bluff the mysterious figure, claiming her husband will return, is a pathetic yet understandable act of desperation. But the figure's chilling reply, the blunt, undeniable truth of her husband's death and her own injury, shatters Ramona's fragile pretense. Terror begins to grip her, a primal fear of the unseen. The woman's cryptic words, the mention of a long-awaited day, and the horrifying display of bloodied hands plunge Ramona into a vortex of dread and incomprehension. Her frantic escape to the car, a symbol of potential freedom and connection to the outside world, turns into another source of frustration and growing panic as the engine refuses to turn over. Trapped and vulnerable, she retreats back into the house, carrying the heavy weight of her fear. Her children, sensing the shift in the atmosphere, the palpable terror radiating from their mother, pepper her with questions. But Ramona, overwhelmed and unable to process the unfolding nightmare, lashes out in a surge of anger and irritability. The children's innocent inquiries become a trigger, pushing her to the brink. The breaking of objects, her harsh shouts, these are not the actions of a stable mother, but the desperate outbursts of a woman losing her grip on reality. The ritualistic locking of doors and windows is a futile attempt to create a barrier against an unseen threat, a physical manifestation of her desperate need for safety. As she collapses, the throbbing pain in her leg wound serves as a constant reminder of the trauma that set this terrifying chain of events in motion. The encroaching figure in the yard fuels her paranoia. The absence of Charlie, her loyal dog, amplifies her fear, a subtle yet significant loss that she instinctively hides from her children, perhaps to shield them from the growing sense of dread. This internal conflict, her fear versus her desire to protect her children, creates a suffocating tension. Her anger, now a volatile cocktail mixed with terror and anxiety, erupts once more, this time directed at the ever-present tailor. Even her daughter's innocent mistake, writing R backward, becomes a target for her misplaced rage. But the immediate pang of guilt that follows is a flicker of the loving mother buried beneath the layers of trauma. The desperate hug is a silent apology, a yearning for connection in the midst of chaos. Then, the mirror, a portal to the terrifying truth. The knife in her hand, the horrifying act of stabbing her daughter, it's a visceral manifestation of her deepest fears and the darkness consuming her. The sudden return to reality, the pillow in her lap, is a moment of chilling disorientation and dawning horror at her own mental state. The tailor's worried gaze reflects the devastating reality of his mother's instability. His quiet departure, a desperate search for help, underscores his fear and his burgeoning sense of responsibility. Ramona's frantic pursuit, her renewed anger at his absence, highlights her own fractured state of mind, her inability to see beyond her immediate fears. The revelation about Charlie the dog's disappearance is a crucial turning point. The tailor's anger is now fueled by a sense of betrayal, a realization that his mother is lost in her own terrifying world. His protective words, "Nothing will happen to you, I will handle it," are a brave declaration of love and a desperate attempt to regain control. The gun, a symbol of power and violence, becomes a focal point of their escalating conflict. Ramona's frantic pleas to put it down are born of fear and a primal understanding of the danger it represents. The reappearance of the black-clad figure outside, closer than ever, intensifies the suspense. The woman is shocking, a desperate gamble. But the woman's calm demeanor and the unveiling of her face, revealing a truth that shatters their reality, is a moment of profound disbelief and dawning understanding. The tailor's anguished question, "How did my dad die?" is the culmination of the mounting unease. Ramona's evasiveness, her fabricated story of a romantic night gone wrong, is a desperate attempt to maintain a fragile illusion. The flashback reveals a different Ramona, one yearning for a life beyond the farmhouse, clashing with her husband's contentment. The seeds of her unhappiness, her unspoken desires, are sown here. The chilling revelation of Ramona driving that fateful night, her vision of the black figure in the rearview mirror, and the subsequent accident, is a gut-wrenching moment of realization. The lie she told her children, the burden of guilt she carried, now comes to light. The tailor's sadness and the burgeoning negativity within him are palpable. The entity's growing influence, the flickering lights, the falling objects, these are external manifestations of the darkness taking root within their home, fueled by Ramona's unresolved trauma and guilt. The attic scene is a terrifying descent into the surreal. The entity's almost magnetic pull on Ramona's daughter evokes a sense of helpless horror. The tailor's quick thinking offers a temporary reprieve, but the entity's continued presence underscores its relentless nature. The possession scene is a chilling portrayal of Ramona's inner demons taking complete control. The blurred lines between Ramona and the entity, the hug with her daughter followed by the entity's sudden disappearance, leaves Taylor in a state of utter confusion and growing despair. The vanishing of his mother and sister amplifies his sense of isolation and helplessness. Ramona's reappearance with the lighter, a small spark of defiance in the encroaching darkness, marks a turning point. Their desperate search for her daughter leads Ramona to a room that becomes a window into her past. The idyllic memory of David and the blooming flowers is quickly shattered by the horrifying vision of his abuse. This reveals a hidden layer of trauma, a potential source of her deep-seated unhappiness and the darkness that now haunts her. The confrontation with her own doppelganger, the woman in black, is a descent into the abyss of her psyche. The chillingly familiar words, "The day has come which you were waiting for," echo her own subconscious desires, her yearning for an end to her suffering. The return to the attic, the reunion with her children, offers a fleeting moment of hope, quickly extinguished by the reappearance of the entity. Ramona's terrified reaction, the gun raised in desperation, highlights her ongoing struggle. The entity's chilling words, "I didn't come here by myself, you called me, you used to ask for the strength to end your life," are a devastating revelation. The entity is not an external monster, but a manifestation of Ramona's own suicidal ideation. Her deep-seated despair, given a terrifying form. The final confrontation, the gun pressed against her neck, is a harrowing depiction of her internal battle. But the scene cuts, and we see Ramona emerge, shaken but safe. Her words to her children, "Now that woman will not come here. I have made her run away, and I have created so much courage in me," are a powerful declaration of her triumph over her inner demons. The return of the electricity and Charlie are symbolic of the restoration of order and hope in their lives. The painting, revealing the black-clad figure as a part of Ramona's own creation, solidifies the understanding that the entity was a physical manifestation of her negative thoughts. The upbeat ending is not just a happy resolution, but a testament to Ramona's hard-won battle for her mental well-being. She faced her darkness, acknowledged it as her own, and found the strength to banish it. It's a powerful message of resilience, the importance of confronting our inner turmoil, and the possibility of finding light even after the deepest despair. So yes, this story isn't just a spooky tale, it's a deeply emotional journey through grief, fear, anger, and ultimately, the courageous fight for self-preservation and the love of family. It leaves us with a profound understanding of how our inner world can shape our reality and the incredible strength it takes to overcome our darkest thoughts.